Hair can't hit it if it's attached to it.
Welcome back to another episode of the Corporate Cowboys podcast. My name is Alex. I'm joined by your co-host, Alex.
Oh, yeah.
Today is Friday, of all days. One day before Saturday, two before Sunday type of thing. It's March 24, 2023. And if you didn't know, the Corporate Cowboys podcast is meant to help you. Just accept it. Let it happen.
Just let us in.
We're here to help you develop professionally, and each and every one of these episodes serves as a form of cathartic therapy. Sorry, excuse my companion here.
Sorry.
They're going through something.
Oh, yeah. Just getting my therapy in.
So this should help with your professional development, and because we tend to do this during breaks, during our off hours, it gives us some time because we never really have an off time. As professionals, we're always on call, right, Alex?
Yes, sir.
So it gives
always
us a little bit of time to decompress and spitball ideas, kind of riff off of questions that are posed online. So if it comes across comedically, just understand that it's meant to entertain and educate you at the same time.
Just trying to sprinkle you a game, y'all.
Sprinkle me, man.
Sprinkle you a game.
Today's question is coming off of r/jobs. And they're asking, or so they're more, I guess they're stating. They're stating here, and this one has been flagged. I guess that the topic is, quote, office relations.
Okay.
The statement says, corporate culture makes my skin crawl. Corporate culture makes my fucking skin crawl.
Oh my goodness.
Whenever I step in the door, I'm going to start reading off, like from the get. Whenever I step in the door, I feel like I've entered the Matrix. Oh, shit. There's an uncanny valley effect in play, like the Truman Show. Okay, so we're starting off thick here, right?
Okay.
If the listener has ever seen the Matrix, then you would know.
Central.
Then you would know that everything that takes place in the Matrix is based off of computer programs and computer programming. Everyone has like set rules that they operate on. That's pretty much the premise of the Matrix. And the Truman Show
Makes sense.
is I guess like a false reality in a sense, where the main character, the protagonist, what's his face, Truman, is being monitored throughout his life.
Yeah.
So this hypothetical client, if you will, is analogizing working in corporate with the Matrix. And I've said this before. I don't know if you were present when I said it, Alex, but
I don't think so.
In episodes past, this is like a recurring theme. If for those individuals who are given that chance of choosing the red pill or the blue pill, the moment you choose to go to work in corporate, the moment you choose to take that offer and sign the line, you're taking the blue pill. You're taking the blue pill. Now,
wait, which one was the blue pill?
The blue pill is the shitty pill. The red pill is what, quote, wakes you up and like has you be like a free agent, right?
The red pills is them thug niggas, huh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. But the reason I assume the blue pill on our hypothetical clients is because I want them to realize first that corporate is a system. And as a corporate cowboy, you ought to think about infiltrating the system. Like, don't let the system inform how you work.
Ooh.
You come in and run shit on the system, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you might take the blue pill because any number of reasons. Oh, I got bills to pay. Oh, I got a family to feed. Oh, I wanna get promoted and move up.
Yeah.
Right. So you voluntarily take the blue pill, but you want to operate like a red pill consuming motherfucker.
Yeah.
That makes sense, right? You're infiltrating corporate. This is a corporate war, and I've said this before. Folks are born into this. Whether you're born, in Western civilization in the United States, or if you're born in fucking Africa, where they might not have like as regulated markets just yet, right? You're born into this corporate war. The sooner you realize it is the sooner you wake up and can actually make moves for yourself.
Yeah, and I think what they're really talking about, at least from what I get, what you're talking about, like those analogies, is just like they get frustrated with the lack of genuineness. You know what I mean? The lack of authenticity, and
that makes sense.
Just they feel like everything's fake. Nobody really means what they're doing, and everybody's acting.
Exactly, and that's essentially what the hypothetical client is saying here, is that it feels like a movie, like the shit is scripted.
Yeah.
Right. So and that's the premise of the Truman Show.
Yeah.
And so they continue. They write, The Office, the show, The Office, the miniseries.
Yeah.
Or the series, right? The Office seemed like, or used to seem absurd, but now it seems like a barely exaggerated documentary. They continue, I've now been part of 3 outwardly reputable organizations, and each time it's been the same shit from a different bull. There's stilted interactions, there's brown nosing, there's humble bragging, there's power tripping, schadenfreude, and everything strategic. Everything is unnatural. Everything is strategic. Everything is unnatural. And they say, it makes me sick. I feel like grabbing certain colleagues by their thick skulls and screaming, wipe the plastic smile off your unctuous face and be real just for once. Ooh. Stop trying. I wish I could give it a little bit more emotion, right?
I hit it on the nose.
Just for once, they say, stop trying to subtly sabotage me, grow up, and tell me what your problem is so we can work through it like intelligent adults. It makes sense.
Yeah.
But I feel like if this person voluntarily joined up, right, and I make it sound like it's something paramilitary.
Yeah.
I make it sound like it's something paramilitary, but if they voluntarily, joined up, they ought to know what they're going into. Like, this shit called office politics is called office politics for a fucking reason, right?
Yeah.
Not only do you go to work with your coworkers, but you also, in a sense, are competing with them.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's only a limited number of promotions, and not everybody can have one.
Yeah.
So that's probably what they're operating on.
I mean, like, here's the thing, is that, like, it takes a certain person to succeed in corporate, because not, like, this hypothetical client maybe isn't a good candidate for corporate, because it's not that, yeah, everybody is kind of fake, right? But, like, the fun part is being able to see through these niggas.
Hey, there you go.
You know what I mean? And that's
some
where you
corporate
get
cowboy shit.
That's
right
where
there.
you get them corporate cowboy niggas who like I see through you, my ninja, and I speak to you on the level that you can understand, but that you can't prove.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying?
What Alex is implying is that this colleague that the hypothetical client wants to, quote, grab by their thick skull and yell in their face to wipe the plastic smile off of their unctuous face and be real, right? You don't have to do that. I mean, that's a quote intrusive thought, right? You don't have to let intrusive thoughts ruin your day. You could move through corporate and sidestep, pull a Heisman on these motherfuckers.
Whoop.
And do it moving. Do it moving like a professional, like a corporate cowboy.
Stiff arm them.
Exactly. Just because you know how to run through corporate doesn't mean that you have to let corporate bring you down.
Run through you.
Exactly.
I mean, you gonna face people that
all kinds of people from all walks of life.
You don't fucking like. Martin Luther King Jr.
Right.
Fuck it, I'll bring him up, man.
Sure.
He used to make this beautiful quote. I used to love it. Violence is the tool of the inarticulate.
Martin Luther King sounds like a corporate cowboy. He knew what he was working with, too.
You get mad because you don't know what to say.
Right.
You don't know how to act. You don't know how to win.
You don't know how
to win, so you get mad.
Right.
You don't like it now. But if you was winning, you'd be loving it, though.
I feel like what a lot of hypothetical clients don't get, like you're implying here, is the difference between working with your colleagues and working your colleagues.
Yes, sir.
You feel me?
Yes,
so,
sir.
like, if you have those objectives, if you have those personal goals of wanting to move up, you're gonna have to balance working with your colleagues to working your colleagues
Now,
for you to move up.
For example, there's people that, like he said, are what would she say? Humble braggers.
Right.
Humble braggers.
Like, oh, you know what I did this weekend?
Yeah. This is no big deal.
Right. No big deal, but I was fucking golfing on the fucking back nine with the CEO. I fucking know him, turns out.
So, yeah. You
can still set. I mean, you can still set that motherfucker up.
Yeah, you treat them a certain way. Like, you feed their ego because it throws them off their game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It leaves them vulnerable. It leaves them comfortable.
Granted, there are clients who don't feel comfortable playing the office politics game, right? But what we say is that in order to move like a corporate cowboy, in order to secure your livelihood, you have to think like a corporation. You have to elevate yourself. And what we help you do is elevate yourself to negotiate directly with corporate. You got to think corporate.
Yeah, and it's not even about like, being fake. It's just understanding the language and relaying messages clearly, or like,
it's not fake. It's just
you're learning how to manage groups.
Exactly.
You're learning how to manage group dynamics. Man.
Exactly.
And then like, okay, yeah, like acting. Acting is fake.
But it's professional. Like
exactly.
It feeds into the professional theme.
And not only that, whatever you're faking, because you're faking everything because you're an actor. That's your job.
Right.
But those emotions, they come from a real place. You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So everything you do as a corporate cowboy, it comes from a real place. It's just sometimes you got to swing things how you swing them when you swing them to get what you need to get that motherfucker out the park.
To get where the fuck you're going, exactly. And again, it doesn't mean you'll end up with a long-lived career in one organization. You could lateral anytime you want, but what do you think the next corporation is going to be like? You think it's going to be different? You think it's going to be any fucking different? No. Whether or not it's more competitive, less competitive, green, or hippie or woke, you're still going to have the same aspects of corporate, which is competition. Yeah. Not only are you competing between firms, like, oh, it's going to be your organization versus the competition, but there's internal competition because, again, it comes back to looking out for your own livelihood and the limited number of promotional opportunities that exist. Yeah. Now, that's if you want to continue in corporate. Again, you could be outside working on your own, independent contractor, and setting your own rates, but again, you'd have to do more administrative work, and that's higher level thinking that you could retain us for. And but
you could also do like quiet work where you don't talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? But like honestly, whenever you're interacting with people, even without corporate, like, you think anybody is 100% real all the time?
You think HR is looking out for you, homie?
Yeah. No. Even your best friend, even your family's like, you think you know your family 100%?
Yeah.
Everybody lies. Everybody's fake.
The quote, family institution is an institution. It's an organization. There's certain roles people play, certain paper people put up in order to legitimize their position.
The only person who knows the true you and you're never lying to is yourself.
There you go. Well,
and even then, a lot of people still lie to themselves.
Oh, well, that happens on the regular.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. People still lie to themselves. That's the only person you shouldn't lie to. The only person you shouldn't lie to is yourself.
And it happens. You're thinking, oh, I'll just stick it out 5 more years and I'll move on. Nah, homie. How about you work 5 more years to move up? Don't become complacent. Don't think you're gonna stick it out and get pensioned out, because the moment there's some type of innovation that makes your position obsolete, what you think corporate's gonna be like? Hey, yo, Alex, this new thing came down the pipeline, so we're gonna give you 2 months to look for a job. They ain't gonna give you 2 months, dog. They're gonna give you 2 hours to pack your shit in a box.
Yeah, maybe 2 weeks if you're lucky.
You're lucky.
I mean, like,
if they got some type of courtesy about them.
So you talk about those people who are I just remember here humbly bragging, like, yeah, because motherfucker, like, they know that they're expendable until they're not.
Exactly. Think about it this way: if they humble brag, sure, they might be projecting some invulnerability. No, sure, sorry, they might be projecting some vulnerability, but they want to present it as invulnerability, right? But what they're really doing is opening a door for you, opening a window for you to get in. That's your move to get in.
Yeah, you got to be, and that, you know, sometimes that's why employers like to negotiate your salary after a probationary period.
Right.
Because they want to see if you're worth it.
Yeah.
And so a workplace, you almost have to
put you through a test run.
You have to put yourself out there more than you would in real life.
Because they want to know how you fit, how you interact, how you get around.
You got to show your worth. You know what I mean? What am I paying you for?
Favoritism starts the day you get hired. How about that? Sure, nepotism exists. Sure, you know, preference exists, all that other bullshit. But favoritism starts the day they see how you work.
Yeah, just be the favorite and you'll be fine.
Be dependable, be reliable. It all goes towards you getting promoted and moving up.
And if you're not, then understand and be honest with yourself about why you're not.
Right.
Like, are you a likable person? Are you like...
Be realistic with yourself.
You know?
Don't lie to yourself.
Alex said it, man.
Alex said it once. I got to repeat that.
Come on,
all right. Let me continue here because I think...
There's more?
Yeah, we're like halfway through this one.
Oh, shit.
So it says here, I understand many, perhaps most people are probably feeling the same way, and yet we play along in this corporate farce. I suppose the recipe for this urinal cake was there all along. Number one.
Urinal cake, huh?
Yeah, so like that's where they're chalking up having their cake and eating it too. Was the compromise was it being a shit cake.
Okay.
They're saying, number one, take an assemblage of glorified apes who aren't exactly friends, and in many cases competitors, and shut them in an unnatural environment for half of their waking life. Yeah, welcome to corporate, baby. You didn't know what you were signing up for? Yeah,
get it.
This person, this hypothetical client might be using big words, but I don't think they're that fucking smart, bro.
No.
Number two, they write, they say, add stress, exhaustion, frustration, disappointment, indignation, etc., corollary of any job. Again with the big words, but my dude ain't that fucking smart.
Yeah.
Otherwise, he would have seen through this quote farce when they first signed on.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He got a negative attitude. That's what he got.
Exactly. If he's that smart, he would have seen through it and fucking ran through it like Neo from the Matrix.
But like I'm the type of person, because when I'm hearing that, man, like, yo, I'm the type of person, I like competition.
There you go.
I'm
competition feels good.
Call me old fashioned, bro, but I like that shit, bro.
Victory feels good. Defeat,
when I get on that, when I get on like any kind of sports like competition, I don't want my competition to be easy.
Right.
I want it to be hard. Like, I'm trying to have some fun out here, man.
Exactly.
I'm trying to.
How else would you know how good you are?
So, a little competition, they never scare me, bro. And as far as the disappointment, shit, fuck it. That's part of life.
that's
you know
part of the package. That's included.
If you ain't never had disappointment in your life, you ain't never really been happy.
That's a fucking feature, not a bug, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
You gotta fucking
this thing
take it in stride.
Bro. You got tired of losing.
They continue.
Sorry, client.
Number three, they write, oh, and speaking on hypothetical clients, I do this every episode. I got to leave a disclaimer. None of what Alex and I send across these airwaves should be construed as legal advice, all right? That's a legal disclaimer. We do not advocate or promote any wrongdoing, any wrongful activity, okay?
No, sir. We are...
So, but I mean, hey, if you need help, if you need help strategizing your next move in corporate, whether it be extra legal or not, you can hit us up, right? We're on Instagram at Corporate Cowboys with a Z, or on the Patreon. Subscribe one time. There's a couple of tiers, and some of them even offer a question and answer, like exclusive content. Yeah. That's the Corporate Cowboys podcast.
Leave a message after the beep, my ninja.
Number three, they write, add all the foibles, again with the big words, stupidities, vices, shortcomings, mental illnesses, etc. of the individuals. Yeah, it sounds like our hypothetical client has some of that.
Yeah.
For they write.
She's not some corporate issues. That's what it sounds like.
Throw in a pinch of shameless groveling, nepotism, and cronyism, and proverbial, though sometimes literal, dick sucking. That sounds like this person's sucking their own dick, bro.
Oh my god.
They need a fucking pacifier.
Somebody's hella green, bro. Somebody's green as fuck over here.
Yo, cronyism is just called having your team. If you don't know, okay, look, I'm gonna drop a gem for you one time.
Drop a gem for me, bro.
As soon as you get hired, and I've done this time and time again, at any organization you get onboarded, once you're in and hired, your first objective is not only learning the ins and the outs of the operation, because like I said, you're infiltrating this organization with a purpose.
Yeah.
So you ought to learn, if you can, every aspect of the operation, but also recruit for your own circle, for your own hierarchy, and you got to roll with the team internally, right?
Yeah. What is that called?
It's called cronyism.
Cronyism. Networking, dog.
Exactly. You got to keep professionals around you. Like, you're not, you won't recruit every motherfucker that you come across, right? But there's going to be particular individuals that you could potentially persuade that you got good ideas or better ideas than the ones that exist currently that could use their backing and support.
And you don't have to be fake, you just have to be likable.
You have to be real and likable.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, the fake motherfuckers that you're talking about, they just aren't doing it right. They're not doing it right.
And they might get ahead only because they're more likable than you are.
And you're just mad at them because they're not doing it right. Why are you going to get mad at them being in a worse position because they're not doing it right when you could just do it better? You could do it right.
Exactly.
You could not talk shit about people, but still support people, wish them the best. Mm-hmm. Have a genuine moment there where you're like looking out for them, trying to get to know them.
Right.
And then
do it
also understand that they could be a very good professional.
Exactly.
You could network
integrate them into the network if you can.
You know what I'm saying? So
it's nothing to complain about, but I think this person is a victim of their own. Is it hubris? It's a victim of them believing they're better than others when they're really not.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they wouldn't have came to the internet and bitched about it.
Yeah, that's true. I love those people because we need them. You know what I mean?
There are clients, but sometimes they need a reality check.
Exactly. You gotta clear your mind, and you gotta no matter where I go in this life, I'm gonna try to treat people with respect and try to become cool with people.
Yeah.
I'm always gonna try to be more likable than not likable. You know what I mean? Not to where I'm kissing ass.
I don't know. That sounds too logical, bro. That sounds too logical.
That's what I'm saying. No matter. That's why I know it's weird, right?
It sounds too logical. I think our hypothetical client is too smart, too intelligent for that.
Like patience.
They've painted themselves into a box that they can't get out of.
It's fucked up, man. I know, because it's really expensive when you're talking in regards to friendliness,
these life lessons, these life lessons, if you don't learn them early on, become expensive.
It's free to be kind to people, right? And then it can also help you.
Absolutely.
So that's one thing I learned. I don't know why it took me so long to learn that I should just be nice to everyone.
It comes with time.
You know what I mean? And so that could be construed as like sucking up, but to me it's just I'm being nice, but I'm also hanging out in places where there's professionals.
Well, don't sell yourself too short, right?
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody learns it at some point in their career, whether early on or later on, right? But we don't even know how old the hypothetical client is here. And we're still relatively young, right? So if this person is walking in thinking they're a hot shot, thinking they deserve it without actually earning their stripes, without actually making their bones, right?
Yeah.
They're a fucking nobody. They're a no, and to number 4, it says here, throw in a pinch of shameless groveling. I imagine that this groveling that they're painting is really just a respect for the hierarchy, right? It's a respect for the manager. It's even playing into your manager's hand a little bit.
Yeah.
Until you take over as manager, right?
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. It's not.
It's not.
Give me 6 months to a year in any entry-level new position, and I got 1, maybe, if I play it right, 2 promotions under my belt.
Yeah, I was the same way. Every job I'm always getting promoted.
That's it.
If I'm there for a while, I'm getting promoted.
And if you aren't, tell me about those lifers who never got promoted and all they did was bitch.
Yeah, that's a personality disorder, my boy. I don't know. You got to go seek your mental health. You talking about, G?
Fucking hit us up one time.
Like,
We'll smack you in the face with reality if you need it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You gotta look within, my G.
Number 5, mix some putrid innate cravings for drama, politics, and power. It sounds like
Human nature.
Yeah, I'll just keep it moving because it's obvious that our hypothetical client is in the shit, but not with the shit.
Yeah.
You feel me? They don't know how to move around.
They're sheep.
Again, if you need help, if you find yourself in a position like this hypothetical client, if you are at all relating to anything this hypothetical client has posted, or you got a friend or an associate, a buddy who's in that boat, have them hit us up. We'll set you straight.
Yeah, we'll get a little therapy session.
Number 6.
You can talk about your problems.
Strain it through a colander of hypocritical pseudo-professionalism.
Oh my goodness, I gotta break that down. Say that one more time.
Strain it. So take everything 1 through 5, and then strain it through a colander, like a filter.
Okay,
Filter
yeah,
it
I know
through
that.
a hypocritical pseudo-professionalism.
Oh my goodness,
When what they don't know is that it's all professional. Even when you're off the clock, it's professional, homie. Like you dropping the ball thinking that it's professional only when you're on the clock, and then that's probably why you think when you're on the clock, oh, this shit's fake, oh, that shit's whack, oh, this shit ain't real.
Yeah,
you gotta be professional 24/7. If you ain't, you gonna get caught lacking.
That's what I'm saying, man. Fucking weenies out here, man.
All right, let me finish this one up. It says, and there you have it. They say after steps 1 through 6, it's like a little recipe for corporate. Which, hey, I'm all in agreement with. If you're a loser, if you're on the losing side, take 1 through 6 and make yourself a losing cake and eat that shit.
Yeah.
Right?
Because you're going to have your cake and you're going to eat it too.
And they say, there you have it, best served with a side of therapy and SSRIs. Okay, well, that's where you lost me because the only thing I put in my body is green and water. Yeah. Holy water.
Yeah, holy water.
40% and above.
That's it, bro. That's it.
It says
that's it.
At 27, they say, oh, okay, so now they give us their age. At 27, I feel too young. I feel too young to be this bitter. But surely some of you must feel the same way? Question mark. Edit, and they give us a little edit afterwards. They say, I'm working in an outdoor job at the moment, which drags when there's inclement weather, but at least I'm either by myself or with a small team of like-minded people, and it's far less soul-destroying than working in a corporate office. Okay, so they're not even in corporate.
Not anymore?
They're not even in corporate. No. They work for an outdoor job.
Oh my goodness.
But they're saying that I guess this type of office politics, I guess they can't deal with the office politics. They don't even work in corporate, right? So they might have got a taste for the office politics, and they're just generalizing to every fucking corporate position out there that exists.
Because sometimes those like small offices can be like fucking weird, man.
I get it. They could be like drama shops.
Because you think corporate, like there's a lot of people, right? So you're gonna have a lot of personalities, right? So the personalities will like average out. But like if you get like a small office, you could be that one fucking outlier small office where you just got like 4 or 5 crazy motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And then,
it happens.
There's only 2 other motherfuckers left.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
That are normal.
And that becomes I guess priority or that becomes the mission on the hypothetical client.
Check out your
in this case.
Check out your options.
To check out your options, check out your surroundings. Who is it that you actually work with?
Yeah.
Who is next in the next door office? Who are you working beside? Right? If you're working shoulder to shoulder with these people, then I think I think it behooves you to learn a little bit about them. They're going to be in your professional network, positively or negatively.
But they went to 3 different corporate offices, though, they said. Didn't they?
They said, I've now been part of 3 outwardly reputable organizations. Okay, so they've worked for 3 companies. So they're saying they've worked for 3 companies, and at each of those companies,
it's got to be a personality issue because they've gone through 3 people already.
There's a common denominator,
Yeah.
Alex is saying.
Yeah.
And the common denominator is you, motherfucker.
He's
You
a
gotta
bitch,
fucking
boy.
Wake up. Wake up to yourself and fucking do something about it.
Oh, man.
All right, let me wrap this one up because we're about at
All
30 minutes right now.
Yeah, for
they,
sure.
they leave an edit, right? So the edit was saying that they work in an outdoor job at the moment, so they're not really indoors. They're not really living the office
Sunblock.
politics.
Lots of sunblock.
Yeah. And so they're not really in a corporate office, and yet they still believe somehow that they've got some say in how everybody else should act, when in reality they've got an issue with how they act.
Yeah.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but sometimes it's what it is, yeah.
And but I guess at the very end, there is a redeeming sentence. They say,
Yeah.
"I'm sure this doesn't. I'm sure they miswrote it. I'm sure this doesn't apply to all organizations. At least I hope not." Well, it doesn't. All right, I'll give you that. There are some organizations, and should I've been part of them. And if anything, I guess it comes down to you. If you should ever move up, hypothetical client, which I doubt you will, given your track record.
Yep.
If you should ever move up, then it falls on you. It falls on you to create that corporate cultural change, to have it be a more healthy environment that promotes better business, that promotes service, not only outwardly but upwardly, right? Because
or as an alternative, as a small alternative.
Sure.
Change your situation to match your personality, right? Like if you don't do well in office politics and you don't do well with people, look at what kind of people you do want to be around, what kind of environment you do want to be around, and how I can tailor my profession to interact in those manners.
Ooh, okay,
You know what I
okay.
mean? So instead of complaining about all these corporations, find where you are happy and be a professional there.
Yeah.
You know, in all seriousness.
No,
In all
and
seriousness.
that would entail some follow-up consultations. I mean, what we're talking about here is essentially having the hypothetical client in front of us, being able to interview them in depth,
I won't
find out what their
insult you
background
if you consult me. I'll be nice.
Being able to find out what their background is, what their interests are, really what industry they're in, because outside of work, what they say here is having an outdoor job. That could be any fucking number of things, right?
It's super specific, huh?
Exactly. So we would have to really dig down a bit. And again, this all comes down to it being a case by case basis. So I'll repeat myself by plugging the Instagram, and we're at 30 minutes now, so we're solid. Come meet us. That's at Corporate Cowboys with a Z, and you could also write to us. Also use the snail mail. That's P.O. Box 3372, Rancho Cordova, California 95741. You want to donate? By all means, shoot us $1, shoot us $1 million, shoot us your life savings if you want.
Please.
That's there's a couple of links floating around: the PayPal, the Venmo, Cash App, all that. Take care of yourselves, and just move like a corporate cowboy, in and out.
So all my boys,
Take it easy.
peace, love, respect.